Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey down-home country Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jockey's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And now, here they are, both of them.
How about this, Jackie Bros?
Hey, it's Dunlap here.
Back to talk to you about awful stuff in the world. Everything's terrible.
What's your favorite awful thing in the world that happened?
I can't pick one. It's all terrible. It's hard for me to pick one. Terrorists always terrible. Terrorists. I won't say this right now. I'll just make this plain clear right now. As awful as everything is, eventually something's going to happen just the way the world is. Something's going to happen over here. And
knock wood.
Well, I don't want it to, but it probably is.
Knock wood that it don't.
Well, I don't want it to. That's what I don't want it to.
How does that work, knock wood?
I don't issue one of folk tale. I don't think it, does. You're supposed to be lucky.
You knock wood, like if I said, well, a terrorist attack is inevitable here in America.
No, then you don't say knock, because then you're going, that's like you're hoping for that. That's not how you say it. You say,
okay, what if you say, I hope a terrorist attack does not happen in America? Knock wood.
Knock wood, yeah,
really?
That's it. That's
like saying like a double negative. Well, I don't hope that a terrorist attack doesn't not happen here in America. Knock wood.
See, I don't know. The way you said it there, I don't know where you're supposed to knock it or not.
I feel like I'm going to get investigated.
Well, it's like a knock wood's a superstition anyway. It's just a saying. It's like a rabbit's foot. Oh, rabbit foot ain't a saying. That's a keychain, but still. It's the same sort of thing.
Well, lucky as a rabbit's foot is a saying. Sort of.
I never did say it. You just said lucky rabbit. You rub on your rabbit foot or something. People gamble or something like that. But no, you don't say my lucky. You say my luckiest rabbit's foot's in my pocket or something, but you don't say it.
That's the saying.
Well,
my lucky rabbit foot's in my pocket.
Yeah, like that's gonna do you any good, but so be it. Everybody got superstition. You grow up hearing stuff like that, it just stays in your head, even though it's a bunch of bull hockey. You still,
Well, when I get married for the 7th time, knock wood. Is that right?
No, that's you wanting to. That means you.
Well, when the doctor,
I guess if you want to get married 7 times, then that's fine. Yeah, then it's too late to know. You should have knocked wood a long time ago before you divorced the first one. In the wrong way.
No.
Whichever way you're supposed to knock wood to stay married, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, don't sound right. What you trying to say don't sound right to me.
I cannot, and maybe it's just because I'm saying it out loud and knocking it out loud, but every time we try to use knock wood, it sounds wrong.
If there was a superstition, first off, and I'm
going to get a raise, knock wood. Oh, that seems right, actually.
If that's a real superstition, if you really believe you knock wood and something good's going to happen, then how come nobody ever you've noticed it's probably 1 out of 8 times somebody does that, like you're doing, maybe 1 time out of 8 that there's actually wood that they're knocking on, because most people knock on, whatever's in front of them. If that's the case, he's just be knock, knock, and don't say wood at the end of it. Just knock.
Who's there?
Huh?
Who's there?
What do you mean?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange. Who?
Fuck you.
Hey! Watch your mouth. I don't need to hear that.
Knock, knock.
I ain't saying it again if you're going to say that. I don't want to hear knock, knock, who's there? So bad language. I don't want. That's not funny to me.
Knock wood.
Huh? Well, hopefully there ain't going to be a terrorist attack here, but I tell you
what were we talking about? Can you imagine if they was, let's say that somebody attacked us here in Murfreesboro.
Yeah. If there's going to be an attack, let me say right now, let it be me. Where I'll leave Murfreesboro. I don't want to get Murfreesboro hurt, but I hope if there's a terrorist attack, I think they'd be better off getting blown up in the terrorist attack and having to hear anything anybody has to say after it. That's just me personally. I don't wish that on anybody else.
You don't have to get blown up or run over. You can just stay off Twitter.
I don't. Look, you just said that right now. You stay off Twitter. I don't know how to work a computer. I don't know how to get on Twitter if I wanted to. When I do want to get on Twitter for Fred Thompson tweeting.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. May God rest his soul. Thank goodness there's still the old ones on there, but you have to get on there and do it for me. Now, so I don't know the first thing about any of this tweeting, twatting, any of it. But if I turn on the TV, guess what they're telling me on TV?
They're showing tweets.
That's all they're doing. So why the hell I need to get on the computer? All they're going to do is...
I've heard DJs read tweets on the goddamn radio.
Well... It don't make any damn sense to me. Why, if everybody has got one, on their phones or whatever, they're looking at them at, why do they need to, like the news says it, and then you're like, well, hell, I need to see that for myself and get on there and then look at it? I don't know how.
Then you fight about it.
Well, hell. People used to come in here before computers, before any of this stuff here, and they'd sit around this table. Now, I'd say the political leanings went more of a certain way, but you always had some,
knock wood.
What? Some idiot in there. But we would sit here, get the newspaper out, somebody would read this, and did you read this?
Like Regis and Kathy Lee?
Well, not like it on TV, but there'd be arguments and everything. People could talk about it, but people in you face-to-face, you civil to somebody or something. You get on a machine or something, some people just like to be pure mean. Let's just face it right now.
Not like the president?
Well, yeah, he's
one of them.
He's mean, yeah. Just he the bully. He don't give a damn.
Does he get any joy out of something that doesn't come from being mean to somebody?
Only time I ever seen him happy, like when he won, he's happy. Like when they got an Obamacare house, he was happy. I'm trying to think a few times.
Because it's always about lose. Somebody else has to lose to make him happy.
Something has to be ruined in order for him to feel good. Yes, something else has to be destroyed or awful or get rid of or something. Yeah,
purely reactive person. All he does is react to things. He doesn't. He does. He's not even good at stirring shit up anymore. All he does is he's got to react. He's still reacting to Hillary Clinton and Obama.
And that's over with. Obama's off having a good time with the beer man or whatever, the man that drinks a beer.
Snyder?
Huh? Somebody on a commercial, that's who Obama's spending time with.
Spuds McKenzie?
It's more or less, not the dog, but the man version of it, yeah. That's his friend.
That's a good show.
What's that?
Obama and the Dog Man.
I'm not crazy about Obama, but if it's I don't like it when the animal talks by itself. It's part animal, part man, or something like that. It's what he called science fictions or whatever. That's sometimes worth looking at. Something on Star Trek, yeah.
Does Trump even want to give coal is only a thing he cares about because it makes other people mad. Like everything he does is only because it makes people mad. That's what he got started on the computer doing, was making people mad. All he's done his entire life is just make people mad. He just outrages people. He outraged people in Spy Magazine days. He outrages people now just looking at him. Somehow he is a symbol of everything that most of America hates. And yet somehow, because he also started hating other things that parts of America hates, now some people who normally would hate him love him.
Yep.
This is the puzzle we were trying to crack this whole time. Ultimate Yankee.
I don't understand it. Don't understand it. Know a lot of people around here like everything he does, and I don't.
But do they, or do they just?
I think they just like to see the look on somebody's face when they say, that's part of it. That's part of it, yeah.
What kind of coal jobs? Is he just going to hire people to, like, mine coal and then, like, drive it to San Francisco and just drop it on the streets and make everybody mad?
He might.
Are they going to build the wall out of coal? Set it on fire? That'd be pretty.
I wouldn't put it past him. You'd see that from up in space.
Is he just dropping out of the Paris Accords to make people mad? I mean, everything is just about making people mad, right?
I guess he wants to make the rest of the world mad and all that. There's stuff that he's doing, and I'm gonna say yes. And I mean, it's certain. If another country that was a little iffy to us started saying the things that he's saying, and pulled out of NATO and did all this stuff, there'd be somebody in back rooms discussing when do we invade or when do we bomb or something. They would. If it was any other country, there'd be, I'm not saying they'd do it, but there'd be discussions about it. Let's say how much further is this going to go on. Now, I ain't saying anybody going to bomb us. I'm just talking about the way he's behaving.
I guess Mattis and McMaster and Tillerson.
Yeah. They supposed to halfway know what they're talking about is what, supposedly.
I mean, it's a low bar.
More than, compared, yeah.
That would be a good name for a beer joint, the Low Bar.
Yeah, it'd be like low places, yeah.
Ooh, that's good when we get Garth Brooks to do the commercial.
He don't need that commercial money. He doing
Well,
all that.
yeah, you ain't heard how much we're going to offer to pay him.
How much he gonna pay Garth Brooks to get his damn attention?
I don't have to pay Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks needs to stay in the public eye. And the best way to do that is through brand integration. So we'll just get him to sing a little, he doesn't even have to sing. If he don't want to sing, I ain't going to force nobody to sing.
Just have him in there drinking a beer or something, just sitting at the low bar. Yeah.
And maybe you're playing his song, but he didn't change the words or anything. He doesn't have to sing it. I'll just play it on my phone, and we'll film him sitting there having a beer. And I'll get him to, I'll come up to him and I'll say, hey, what are you doing here? He said, I was just looking for my friends.
Huh?
You know how you got, like in the song, he says he's got friends in low places.
Low places, yeah. I know the song, yeah.
Actually, maybe that's going to confuse. Because the bar's not called Low Places.
It's a low bar is what you said, but it sounds, people... Something low and people drunk makes me think of low places.
Well, maybe we should just call it Low Places then.
Something low.
Well, then he's going to
drunk.
come to me saying he wants money from it. I say, you didn't invent Low Places. You sound like damn Donald Trump. You think Garth Brooks voted for Donald Trump? He's a liberal.
He big liberal. I about say he don't see here much of him. He ain't talking too much in the news because he don't want to get, letters or whatever it is you send on the computer.
You imagine him being in Las Vegas strung up on one of them Peter Pan rigs, them flying him over, a bunch of people just chucking beer bottles at him.
People would buy a ticket just to do that. Yeah, they would go cross country. If he was out there bashing Trump right now, people would figure out a way,
Used to you could be Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw or somebody, still get people coming to your show. I don't know these days if it's safe anywhere.
Nowhere, yeah.
And not just from terrorist attacks, from beer bottle attacks.
Well, people are getting in a shameful. There's people are getting beat up all the time. You hear it on the news every day. You beat up a woman. Yes, it's pitiful, shameful. Let alone Garth Brooks. He's white. He'd be lucky to get off with a beer bottle against his head. It's just people acting shameful. You got somebody acting ugly all the time on Twitter, TV, or wherever else, and it just lets all the other ugly people say, well, this is the way it is now. Here we go. which I guess, thus far, that's what the hell it is.
Wait a minute. So if there was a terrorist attack in Murfreesboro, you go stand out in a field?
Well, yeah, I don't necessarily want to be in Murfreesboro. I said I would leave Murfreesboro.
So
I'd go somewhere else.
Up in the mountain. But who's going to terrorist attack in the mountains?
I was just saying, I just soon get blown up as opposed to
Go out
hearing
in some
everybody
holler
about
somewhere.
the news people telling me what people on the computer said
How
about
they going to find you? First of all, it's a terrorist attack. You think they're going to go all that trouble and hunt you down out in the middle of nowhere?
It ain't got nothing to do with them. It's got to do with me. I don't give a damn. I won't be here. I don't have to hear it. End of story. I could care less what to do.
Can you imagine if there was a terrorist attack here in Murfreesboro and then Trump started tweeting at Mayor Ghostbird saying what a terrible job he did?
Would want to see how that turn out. There ain't nothing. Ain't no way that scenario works out good in anybody's favor. Right there, what you just said. I don't even want to think about that.
I mean, imagine Kathy Griffin, but with a bird.
Huh?
Can you imagine?
Who's the Kathy? Oh, that's the woman with the head. Yeah. All right.
No, I would if I were in charge of whatever media Barron Trump consumes, I would stop letting him look at anything with a bird in it.
Oh, yeah.
We are headed for a collision course.
Well, hopefully that ain't what you just mentioned. It won't happen. I don't
No,
want.
I'd rather it be Pat Morita and Jay Leno.
Who? Jay Leno. Let me make it clear again. I don't want there to be a terrorist attack here in Murfreesboro, like anywhere in the country. But if the one's going to happen, it might just tell me where it's going to be so I can show up. Well, first off, if you told me where it's going to be, it won't stop it. You know, I'd do whatever I had to call somebody or something, however they do that. But I just so.
Who'd you call?
I don't know who you're supposed to call. You're supposed to.
I don't
tell
think we
somebody.
know now. I don't know that there's a clear path of action.
Well, there ain't nobody in charge of the FBI. There ain't no what's a NSA. What is that?
I guess what you'd have to do is call Fox and Friends and tell them.
And then they
tell Trump.
He'd watch that in the morning, yeah.
But see, they can't. They wouldn't want to panic anybody. Well, I take that back. He would see, but there's not a timely way to do this. I guess what you could do is, if you found out there was a terrorist attack coming, you could call Fox News and say, "Listen, I know there's a terrorist attack. We got to let the president know." And they'd say, "Well, we're going to interrupt our regularly scheduled broadcast and just do like a regular episode of Fox and Friends." And they'd have to call the White House. They'd have to tell whoever's in charge of waking up Donald Trump when it's time for him to get up, which I guess is what? Is it intestinal distress?
Why?
And they say, well, wake Donald Trump up. He's either sitting in front of the TV, asleep in front of the TV, or asleep in his giant. Does he sleep in the White House?
Well, he's there. Sometimes he
They don't sneak him into a hotel?
They might. He used to go. Remember when he was running for president? He went all over the country every night and flew back home. He went to bed in New York City. Wouldn't stay nowhere else. That's a man of the people right there. They may be sneaking him out back every night. Hell, I don't know. Well, I want to get you talk about him doing things to make people mad. And this Paris thing, what is it? Paris Agreement? Is that what they call it? Whatever.
Accords?
It's accords, whatever.
Maybe it's short for accordion.
That's all weather stuff anyway, so it don't bother me too much. But if it makes him happy to make Europeans mad, NATO, all that, send him back. Let him stay there and make people mad over there. Now, I don't wish it on right now because they just had a bad time over in London. I don't wish that on you, but when things smooth out, let him go over there. Let everybody make mad. I feel better when he's over there making people mad because he ain't here, you know.
Let me tell you who hates Donald Trump. The rest of the world. Now, that can be there was a time when we would have said that was a good thing. That was pre-Trump, folks. That was how things were. If you were a Republican and you made the rest of the world mad, we said you are our guy, possibly gal.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it seems like a bad move. Maybe that's on us. Maybe we were misinformed. Maybe the rest of the world is smarter than we thought.
Hell, right now, who ain't smarter? I just don't understand.
I don't understand. I guess he likes to make people so mad that he doesn't care if it undermines his court cases. Maybe he knows he's going to lose the court case, so he can just call it a travel ban in his tweets. And then he can double down on that and say, I'm calling it a travel ban. I don't care who it makes mad.
He can't wait until the Supreme Court throws that out. He's looking forward to it. He gets to be mad and scream at them. It's going to be funny watching him get mad as hell at old Gorsuch that he put on there. I'm looking forward to that. That's the only thing I got to look forward to aside from that in Trump's testimonies. That Trump's presidency, Comey's testimony, I was excited, but then I got to think about that. Nobody gives a damn about that.
He's just going to mess it up again. All he does is mess things up.
Yeah, he ain't.
He can't put Hillary Clinton in jail. He can't put Donald Trump in jail.
No. He can get fired, evidently. He knows how to do that.
He gets Donald Trump elected, and then he gets fired. He's supposed to be honest, but he just seems kind of dumb.
Yeah, something ain't right.
You can be honest and smart, like Smokey the Bear.
How smart was he?
He tells you to watch out for fires.
How smart you got? Frankenstein didn't like fire, and he was,
Frankenstein didn't like fires. He didn't say, don't start one.
Well, he implied it by waving his arms and hollering. You don't have to be smart not to know
that just means you don't like it. Smokey the Bear saying, don't start a fire. You're going to burn up a deer.
How smart have you got to be to do that? I don't.
Well, it is one of the first things you should learn.
That's my point.
My daddy used to take me out back. I still remember this. I was 2 or 3. I mean, some of my earliest memories is him starting dangerous blazes in the backyard as cautionary fires, saying, don't do this. Him drunk as hell. He said, roll me up in this hay. And I get my little hands just like roll him up in hay. And he's sticky from something. I remember that.
Yeah.
All that hay on him. He said, now look here. Woo! Went right up.
I know a couple of times the Lacey Fire Department had to go over there. I don't know if it was that time or another time, but he liked his big fires. Your daddy always, when he was drinking spell, he loved a big fire.
Oh, still does. One time, I think it was that time, he had to jump in my kiddie pool and still melted one of the sides. I think it was that time because I think then he had them thick sideburns that took them right off.
Yeah.
And they started growing them back during the early 90210 days. But yeah, I remember I learned a lot of lessons in the scary flicker of them cautionary fires, boy.
Sometimes there's hard lessons you got to learn, and there's some people don't always have the best parents in the world, but I guess sometimes you learn a lesson from that. Lord works mysterious ways. I ain't got.
So let me tell you something. If you're expecting James Comey to come in here and put Trump out of office, this is like the impeachment eve. You have not been paying attention to nothing that's happened in the last year, because this son of a bitch is just going to make things 10 times worse. It's going to get confusing. You're not even going to know whose side you're on. He's going to tell some story where Donald Trump acts like saved. Well, there was like he did something noble, and you're going to be like, what? It's just going to be awful. And then something terrible, too.
Ain't nothing going to come of it. Everybody knows what happened already anyway.
What?
Well, Trump, what he said, please don't investigate my buddy Flynn. He's a good man,
And nobody cares.
Nobody gives a damn, no.
What's he going to say that's worse than anything that we've heard about Trump?
Nothing.
It's just drip, drip, drip. Trump is like a big, bloated, diseased sponge in the sink in the bathroom you don't use. If you're rich enough to have 2 bathrooms, got rocks. Moldy, catching that leak, just drip, drip, just getting more and more bloated every day. Just bloating it and bloating it. And then eventually, it's like a heart attack, or like eventually people will be like, oh shit, that sponge is still in there. I need to throw that away or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thought I was going somewhere with that.
And comment one thing, I guess you can't say, the last time he's on there, every time I ask a question, he said, well, I can't talk about that because that's an open investigation. He ain't going to be able to say that this time.
Well, but if the other investigations going on, if they asked him not to talk about stuff till they get it up and going, he could do that.
He just needs to have one of them sitting beside him. You'll have to ask him. I don't work there anymore. But it ain't going to do shit. Ain't nobody going to, I've heard all the networks going to be showing it, cut into it and all that. Everybody trying to make Watergate out of it. Nobody going to do a damn thing.
Nobody's going to do a damn thing.
Nope.
One day, you're like, he is on his way out. This is it. You're like, the public is going to turn up with pitchforks and torches. Or you're like, McMaster and Tillerson are planning a coup. Somebody's going to lure him outside with a hot pastrami sandwich. Maybe not pastrami. Maybe it's too ethnic.
Yeah.
Or like a Big Mac with some fries stuffed in it.
Spicer.
He calls it a bun surprise.
Spicer's eyes, basically, he going to click, your eyes going back of his head, he going to stick a ruler in his neck or something, something like. You got more chances of that happening than Comey doing any damn thing. He
pisses people off every single day. The people who are around him, all he does is punish them and abuse them. He gets rid of important assurances to NATO allies at the last minute. That Tillerson and Mattis and McMullen, McDonald's worked so hard to get in there, apparently. Who the fuck knows? It's all leaks. They're all like trying to shine the shit in their own pants. You know that one, Knockwood.
Yeah. Don't need to hear all the words you were saying with that.
None of it makes any sense. There's a million ways he could go out. Stroke. They lock him out. Some sort of coup, like a non-violent coup, or a violent one, a regular old violent one. He could just quit, get bored, get angry, get mad.
I'd have suspect that one day he'd just say, you know what? I've won. I did everything I want to do. I come in office and tried to do it. The Supreme Court. I don't want my travel ban, but other than that, I killed Obamacare. I did. I'll see y'all later. I wouldn't surprise me. It happened many.
Well, in damn Alabama, they'd have Trump Highway. They'd be like, yeah, best president ever.
He saved the country. He pulled us out of dire straits. We were almost under, and thank God. God bless him for that. Pence will do the best he can. He'll try, but bless Trump. He got all the time in the world to golf, and he deserves to do it. He saved this damn country, put it back together. He deserves retirement. He deserves. Which, you know what? If they felt that way, I wouldn't have a problem with that. That'd be fine with me.
They don't. I would take a few Trump highways to get him the fuck out of office.
Hey.
I'd drive. Listen, if he would leave office right now, I'd drive up and down Trump Highway 8 hours a day for the next 7 years.
May have to. It may be on the way to, I was going to say work, but not with you. Could be somewhere. May be a lot of them.
Or he could stay in for another term in three quarters.
Good God, man.
I mean, one day you're like, well, that's it. He's done. It's been this way since he rode down that fucking escalator.
Hey, watch it, man.
One day he's done. Thank God. Dodged a bullet. Or, dodged most of a bullet after he got elected. There's still a lot of bullet there, though.
Oh, yeah. He miserable. He ain't. That's one thing you know for sure. You take solace in that. He ain't. He don't like none of this. He gets a few moments, like I said, but few and far between. It appears to me.
He tweeted the Drudge Report after the terrorist attack in London. That's just.
Why would he do? Why does he do that? There's no reason. Does he do that to make people mad? Does he do it to help his friends at Drudge, or does he think that's information that needs to be out there? I don't. Why? I don't understand why he's either senile, just mean, like I said, out of pure meanness.
When he gets information, when he gets these his daily briefings, supposedly, which I don't even guess
Who
he gets.
gives him that? He don't.
Is he just talking to Matt Drudge? Because he does look the part of a damn FBI agent. I mean, not really.
Well, he looked like an informant or something. That hat, he get, somebody meet in the garage or something like that. Does he smoke a cigarette?
Maybe a cigar. He'd probably do it. He looks like somebody like that if you opened like a speakeasy type restaurant in a population 100,000 town in the Midwest. He looks like somebody you'd hire to work at the bar. Like they don't really have the right clothes or the right information. He's still fighting with the mayor of London. It's a few, like, terrorist attacks. He's worries about them, brings them up all the time, got to ban Muslims from coming into the country, but will not let a terrorist attack get in the way of him having a Twitter feud.
Ain't the mayor? He's Muslim, isn't he?
He is Muslim.
Yeah, it probably got something to do with it, man. I don't know.
I mean, is he? His biggest enemies. I'm just saying. Let's see. On Twitter is Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton.
What?
And the mayor of London, who just happened to be different things, like black or a woman or a Muslim. Those are the people he really feels like he can let loose on.
Well, it does one way.
Maybe he's just comfortable. Maybe it's just comfortable. Maybe it's just a comfort thing. Like if the mayor of London was like a Winston Churchill cosplayer.
What?
Like if you went down to like a wax museum and took a picture of Winston Churchill and put that up on Twitter, and the Twitter account was Mayor of London, it was Winston Churchill's face, he wouldn't be saying this.
Probably not.
But Muslim mayor, that's somebody he can yell at. I mean, Twitter yell.
That's the one way. He don't have to yell. He does it on that, and then every TV station does all the yelling for him. Does he sit around and what was the thing he wrote? No, he wrote a word nobody understood. What was it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Was that just that could have been a bet like I'm going to make Wolf Blitzer say Kavik, whatever it was.
Ceviche.
Y'all watch.
For somebody who hates the press as much as he says he does, he sure loves the press.
That's all he watches. What does he say to TiVo? What they had some people in there interview showing them like just look at the news. Let's come watch the news with me. Look where they talked about me.
Is Sean Hannity still on the news?
Well, they gonna fire him too. I guess when we talk about that, Bill Riley's gone. Guess that's so he can't keep up with all this. He's gone. Way to know, because for a while there he was going to try to talk on one of these. He's going to write a book or something, and people like, oh, Bill Rutherford, ain't nobody talking about Bill. He gone. It's over with. I don't necessarily miss him, but, you know. But Hannah did something too. What'd he do?
He says that they killed that kid.
Well,
They killed that kid,
who did?
Hillary.
Oh, Hillary Clinton killed him, yeah.
Well, actually, it's about ethics and game journalism or whatever they say, knock wood. I think they're saying that it's really about if that kid that Hillary had killed was the leaker, then there was no collusion with Russia.
Oh, they saying this boy got killed. Okay, now, yeah. So the Russians killed this boy, or somebody killed the Clintons killed the boy when they found out he was leaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's one more body to the Clinton murder machine?
Well, that's true. Yeah, but you know, put two and two together, maybe. I don't know.
What if now in these days where everything's topsy turvy and shifting and changing allegiances? What if, Jackie? The fact that Sean Hannity is saying all this,
Yeah.
and he is a big Trump supporter.
Well, yeah.
What if it turns out that Hillary Clinton ain't never killed nobody?
Well, I don't know about this new thing or anything like that, but she had to kill somebody, didn't she?
I don't know. I mean, I would like to think so.
Well, yeah, of course. You want it like the way. See, when Sean Hannity does something like this, it brings into question everything else. He needs to just leave it alone. Because I was comfortable thinking that she'd kill Vince Foster, maybe a couple more people. But when
Still endorsed her.
Absolutely, yeah. It then got on. I had to endorse it compared to Trump. I didn't have much of a choice. You know, what else could I do? But now, when Hannity gets on there and does that, you're right. He puts into question all this. I wish he'd leave things well enough alone. You talking about Trump being comfortable hollering at people of a certain type. It makes me comfortable just knowing, hanging on to the old conspiracy theories that people didn't necessarily talk about on television that much. But now
you had to get a newsletter from Ron Paul.
Yeah.
You knew that his little elfin hands probably stapled that motherfucker together.
Hey, watch
and
him,
stuffed
man.
it in an envelope and sent it off to you.
Watch it. Well, he didn't do all of them, because remember, he says he never said bad things about black people, remember? He said somebody else did it that day. I was busy, and I had my buddy, who I forgot was racist, put the letter together and sent it out. So he didn't do all of them. I'm sure a lot of them he did, but...
Should I take a look at the... I don't think I can do his voice anymore. That sounded like...
That's pretty good.
That was Bobby Jindal, I think.
It kind of mailed in the kind of same. There ain't a whole lot of difference there.
What happened to Bobby Jindal?
He's gone. I don't know. He's
Dang.
gone. Him, Bill O'Reilly, who else? Gone.
Even people that are still around are kind of gone, like Marco Rubio.
Yeah, and who gives it? Nobody give a damn whether he's here or not.
I like people who try to pretend like they still have some scruples and some backbone without doing the slightest thing to prove that they have it. I think Marco Rubio thinks people look at it like it's a straight shooter who stands up to
What?
Trump. Like he said, "Well, I'm ready."
When it's time, I'm gonna.
But these people, they're never gonna they're in too deep now.
They are. They know it. They all Republicans are going all over themselves. If Comey gets up there and says the worst thing imaginable, says everything that every liberal wanted him to say, plus 100 much times more, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Well, they'll find a way to. They ain't gonna do nothing. Hell, Lindsey Graham, who we all know hates Trump. he backtracks half the time. He'll go get a little too far. Him and McCain get a little out there, get a little out there. Yeah, they go. And then the next thing you know, well, let's not turn it into that.
They sit there and worry. They're like Statler and Waldorf. If they never said anything mean, they just worried. They just sit there with their brows furrowed.
That's basically, yeah, that's it.
And what, you guys okay over there?
And you know what? That's all that they do, and every day I thank God that they're in there.
They're really the worst Statler and Waldorf there is. They don't have any good jokes. And they can't. Here you got the worst act ever been on the Muppet Show, President Donald Trump. And Statler and Waldorf sitting there going like, oh, he's no good. But I'm not prepared to go further than that at this time. I wouldn't want to sit through that act again, but I will if I have to. You said it.
That's pretty
Bobby
good.
Jindal again, I think.
No, that's pretty good, Lindsey Graham. And I didn't know the other one was McCain, but
I didn't either.
I knew which one was Lindsey Graham, though.
Can you do what's a McCain impression?
Something like that, isn't it?
Sometimes I like to sit around and think of how they sound when they faint.
When they what?
When they faint, if just different people passing out, like McCain passing out, be like, oh. But Lindsey Graham would be more like, whoa.
Yeah, now.
And Marco Rubio would be just like, huh, thud.
Marco Rubio faints fine. It's not good to sit around and think about old people falling over. I don't think it's.
I think Marco Rubio passed out about a year and a half ago and ain't woke up yet. But somehow won an election.
Man, these days, if you manage to run for office and not beat anybody up, you're doing pretty good.
Well, they said, since that went so well out in Montana, that supposedly we just heard this, the 2018 strategy for Republicans is running, since there's no Hillary Clinton to run against.
Now Obama's gone.
They're going to run against the press.
I don't see how that. I don't
think you can, like, after you punch 2 or 3 reporters, it's just not going to be fun anymore.
And that one, I heard it, but we couldn't watch it, so I didn't get to enjoy it.
Plus, he just got mad. Right, yeah, you couldn't see it. He just got mad. You got to, like, take it. You got to say, this is for abortion, and then hit him. You can't just be like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, he was just, he wore out from it.
You got to make it about something. Like, this is for Jesus. Kicking the nuts. And then, because then Fox, all the rest of the press would be like, oh, attack on the press, freedom under attack. But then Fox would be like, now we get to see candidate Republican of Mississippi defend Jesus Christ in a contentious interview. And that'd be on Twitter. Like, we need more people. Like, have you stood up for Jesus today? And then just be like a loop of a reporter getting kicked in the reporter nuts.
At what point, who would be the first reporter to say, I'm not, after every other reporter has gone to see whoever it is, this so-called candidate, or all of them.
He kicks them in the nuts.
He kicks them in that, or hits them, or whatever.
Or the ladies' parts.
Well, that's awful, but...
Well, I'm just trying. I don't want to make it like all reporters are men. That's sexist, too.
I know it, but kicking a woman in a...
Well, I boxed myself in. Anything I said, really, if it's all men, that's sexist, and then nobody wants...
Well, just say hit in the face instead of anywhere else.
Well, that ain't good either.
I know it ain't good, but I don't want to hear about somebody kick anyway. listen, all of them go and interview him. And he hits a reporter. The next day he apologizes he sets up an interview to talk to a reporter, apologizes to him, gets mad, hits that reporter. Then wants to apologize. I mean, at what point does a reporter, which one says, I'm not going to go get hit?
Which reporter is the first one to say, I'm going to hit that son of a bitch in his nuts?
Oh, hell, there ain't a reporter to do that. Name one reporter on TV that do that.
Reporters getting mad. Anderson Cooper getting fed up. Anderson Cooper very close to kicking somebody in the nuts.
Oh, because he rolled his eyes, he's ready to do that now.
That's just what you see. You didn't see them clenched fists under the table.
Well, that's a woman there, Kellyanne Conway. He's the man and she's the woman. In that situation, who's going to hit who there?
I don't think nobody should hit nobody.
I know that. I'm just saying, you say it one way and then it comes out the other way, too.
Kellyanne Conway don't deserve nothing to happen to her.
If Anderson Cooper got up and hit that woman, if I was there, I'd haul off and knock the hell out of him. She don't deserve to get
And then
hit.
what if Don Lemon come over and put a microphone in your face and was like, sir, what's going on here?
I like Don Lemon, kind of. I know people don't like him, but
he's pretty good.
I kind of like him.
He puts on a good show.
He does. I know Donald Trump don't like him. He irritates Donald Trump, so that made me like him a little. I liked him before any of this mess. I always kind of liked Donald Lemon a little bit, but now all he does is just make Donald Trump mad.
People get mad if you have feelings. This is how bad this administration is. People get mad at you if you have any feelings of sympathy or empathy for any of these people in the damn Trump administration. I'll admit, I see Sean Spicer up there running around trying to defend this horrible, awful, possibly person who's going to bring about the end of the world. And I still feel sorry for him. If you said that on Twitter, people would be trying to get you fired.
Well,
Luckily,
yeah.
I ain't got no job.
Well,
Damn Kellyanne Conway. Sometimes I feel sorry for her.
sometimes do, and sometimes for him too, and then other times I'm like, well, hell, which one of them's going to be? Because it's going to happen at some point. I don't know if it's going to be either of the two we mentioned, but somebody that's working under him before they get fired are going to say, to hell with him, I've had enough, and walk out of there. Who's it going to be? If you get on Twitter and say that, everybody guess who it's going to be.
Well, Tillerson's got like $1 billion.
Oh, he don't need this, yeah.
So he can walk out at any point. These military people, a lot of people, I think, got to be thinking, are they going to run for president in 2020?
Well, some of these people, I believe, are actual patriots now, like old McMahon. I mean, whether he's doing a good job or not, that's debatable, but I really think that he knows that the president's completely insane, and he has to, he's the one between Trump and the button, so he ain't going to quit as much as he wants to. He stays on for the sake of American people. There's some of them like that, I believe.
And some of them are assholes, too.
Oh, well, yeah, they are. Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're assholes at least trying to keep us from getting blown up.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Everything is gray. There's no blacks or whites anymore. It's all gray. It's all gray and blood, with blood seeping out around the edges. Sean Spicer didn't even get to see the Pope. You tell me he ain't working on a book? He went home and pounded out like 3 chapters, sweating out every fume of Donald Trump's he's breathed in over the last few months. Just sweating it out and typing away.
He won't see his Pope so bad, too. That's all he wanted. He won't see a Pope because he's Catholic. He can put that ash on his head, everything else. He won't see that Pope, but, yeah, Trump wasn't going to have it. I wonder if it's at the last minute, like he went, because he went over there with him, right?
I feel Trump does a lot of stuff at the last minute.
I think that's pretty much everywhere.
I'm just going to lecture these people at NATO that they're not giving enough money. Just last minute. I'm not going to reassure them. I'm just going to tell them to get up off them wallets. He really is just an old man. And we tried to figure out what Trump is about, the riddle of Trump. He's something different to everybody. To me, every few minutes he's something different. But we forget he's mainly an old man who learned how to tweet.
Yeah, cranky old man who watch Fox News all the time.
Like every cranky old man.
Yeah.
And he likes to punish people. And he's worried that he's getting ripped off all the time. That's all he talks about. He's getting ripped off by all the other countries in the world. All our friends are ripping us off.
While taxpayers are paying for his vacations in Florida. And he worried about getting ripped off.
It's like, yeah, damn uncle going like, I'm not going anywhere with your cousin Larry. He never picks up a goddamn check.
Hey.
How many times am I supposed to pay for his goddamn Terlingua teas at Old Charlie's? It doesn't matter. Like he picked Daddy. He picked the check up last time. He did not. I paid for every one of them fried chicken salads.
Can't tell him otherwise, yeah.
Larry wants to take us to Red Lobster. Oh, I bet he does. Tell him to suck my dick.
Hey! Watch that. It won't be too much longer for that's what the president's saying on TV. You wait and see.
No, I bet by 4th of July. It's coming up.
Nothing surprised me.
So everybody's ripping him off. China's ripping him off. He loves Russia. The guy, I mean, the Russia thing doesn't make any sense. He loves Russia. Nobody can figure it out. But he's over there telling NATO, like, making them scared. The guy who's best friends with Russia, under investigation for Russia. And he's telling NATO, I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to help y'all out. And what they're afraid of is Russia. I mean, is it just Russia? I mean, is it just that simple? Why is he helping Russia so much?
I guess they got tapes on them, money on them, or who knows what they got.
And here, Jackie, here's the worst part of it. Just like when the terrorists bomb and attack, their job, all they're trying to do is make you afraid. And here we watch them, and we watch Fox News, and we watch all the news channels, and they just make us afraid. But you can't help it because you don't want to get blown up.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you're going to be afraid. With Donald Trump, all he wants to do is make people who don't like him mad. And here we are going, I can't figure him out. Oh, Russia. Oh, why is he changing this up and that up and Paris and NATO? And that's exactly what he wants. But you can't help it because you don't want to get blown up.
Yeah.
Hey, I compared him to terrorists. I did.
I guess they're both doing a job.
I hope Barron doesn't listen to podcasts.
He don't listen to this. He don't know at all. Huh?
How does a 10-year-old, what path? There is no path. I don't want to dwell on this. All I'm going to say is there's no path that a 10-year-old, boy or girl, takes of their own free will that leads them to looking at Kathy Griffin on the internet. That doesn't happen naturally. That's not a naturally occurring phenomenon. A 10-year-old winding up looking at Kathy Griffin on a tablet. There's no Minecraft shit. Nothing leads to that. Even if you tried reverse psychology and we're like, well, Barron, I hope when I put this tablet down, you don't look at these pictures of Kathy Griffin. He'd be like, okay. There's no way. I'll give you $500. You want to read this profile of Kathy Griffin, 10-year-old? I'll give you $500. I'm okay, honestly. I can do without. A child of today's world saying they can do without.
Well, I'm up there in age, and I don't particularly want to read too much on it either. I'll say that right now. she got language I don't like. I've seen her talk language. It ain't got nothing to do with whatever head she's holding up, or how much blood or whatever it is. I just don't like her language.
Who's Anderson Cooper going to be friends with on New Year's Eve now?
He'll find somebody to get drunk with on there.
Who would be a good substitute, do you think?
Well, you asking who would do like her, or who would I want
I'd
to
say
see
get
on?
Kellyanne Conway on there. We've already proven they have chemistry.
I'd probably look at that, actually, them two having to sit there for how long? That's hours.
I want to see Kellyanne Conway with a little booze in her. I bet that's when the stories start flowing. Her damn husband already attacked Trump today on Twitter.
Somebody, the news told me that. Again, I don't know how to look on Twitter, but the news told me that
So
Kellyanne Conway's husband is on the Twitters and mad at Trump.
Somebody is having some drinks in the Conway house tonight. Well, Donald Trump, he only wants to make people mad, so he doesn't care if he says travel ban, it's a travel ban. It's not a travel ban. He doesn't care. It's not about the – did I already say this?
Hell, I don't know.
He'd rather lose a case. I don't know if he knows the case is lost or – anyway.
I think you did say that earlier, yeah.
Did I say it better than that? Or
Yeah, you just should have left it alone the first
Oh,
time.
I remember something else I wanted to say earlier. Why don't we can just start doing Fred Thompson tweets ourselves, right? Is that ghoulish?
Well, I feel a little disrespectful doing anything like that. I would be honored to do it, but I'd have to get permission from his estate before I would even attempt anything such a thing. Yeah, I'd have.
What
to
if
get
you
approval.
change the name a little bit, like more of a tribute, like a character who's supposed to be like him, but ain't really him, like Fred Thompson.
Fred Thompson.
Yeah, on Twitter. See what Fred Thompson's got
I don't
to say.
want to read anything by no Fred Thompson. I like
no,
Fred Thompson.
it's
Is what I
like-
like. I like Fred Thompson. That's what I like. I like commercials of him in trucks riding around, him watching his mama wash dishes. I love those. I miss those commercials. That's one thing on computer. You showed me some of them's on YouTube. You go back and look at them. Him driving around. Those were good days. Those were good days. Not anything like now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's about like you wanting to be. We talked about you with a terrorist attack. You were going to run and hide in the hills or
I
in the
didn't say
hollers.
I was going to run and hide. I said I want the terrorist bomb to hit me. I would go out there so it wouldn't hurt other people. I wasn't running from it.
Well, I'd like to meet these terrorists that give you a chance. Say, well, where you want us to do it to you at?
What?
And you tell them, okay, meet you over there. Give you an hour.
I know it don't work like that. I was trying to make a point.
I'll tell you what, I bet Fred Thompson's glad he ain't here to see this. I mean, he's looking down on it. Shaking his damn head.
Well,
SMH.
he's sitting there. I tell you what he's saying. He's sitting there drinking a fifth of some Maker's Mark, and he's looking down and he's saying, "This is what you get, America. This is what you deserve." He could have been president in 2000, way back in 2008. Think it'd be a different world right now.
And his wife would be president today.
Yep. He may still be alive if he had good
Good White House doctors.
White House doctors. Who knows?
You know, that would actually be, okay, listen to this lineup. New Year's Eve, turn on the TV. Kellyanne Conway, drunk as a skunk. Anderson Cooper, a little tipsy.
Yeah.
Now, that's dynamic. You know CNN biased, he going to get the upper hand.
Everybody going to be rolling their eyes that night. Everybody is.
That's
Yeah.
why you bring in Fred Thompson. Swilling that whiskey around, getting a little loose himself. You know, getting loose, a little red in the face, had a few drinks, cutting up a little more. Him and Kellyanne Conway got Anderson Cooper on the ropes. Who knows where this is going to lead?
That's better than what's on there now, whatever it is.
I'd watch a show that's Anderson Cooper, Kellyanne Conway, and Fred Thompson. I'd watch that show. It's comedy, situation comedy, panel show, game show, like Jay Leno's Garage,
What is it?
collision course,
Huh?
Knockwood.
What? Hey, everybody's Jackie Bros
Hey.
on here.
I thought you were talking to me.
Huh?
Hey.
No, I'm talking on this thing here. I got to do my sponsor.
I know, but the way you said it just sounded like you were sincerely talking, saying, "Hey, you done that?"
I say it the same way on here every time I answer sincere.
Well, that
What's
one there was
unsincere?
something in your voice.
Well, why is that less sincere or more sincere than anything any other time I said hello to people?
I don't know.
Well, I mean what I
Something
say.
in the
when I say
timbre of your throat.
Well, it's Jackie Bros here, and I do hope everybody's doing good. How you have doing? And everybody,
great.
I'm talking to, listen, I'm doing my sponsor now.
Why is it just sounds like you're talking straight to me?
I ain't even looking over at you.
I hope
I'm
that
not-
the people listening to this have the same feeling I do, because I feel warm and I feel protected
All right.
and I feel engaged.
All right. Well, some of you may have noticed there's been a few changes around here at Pinky Piglet's.
Pink, should we
Well, just let me do the sponsor.
should we
Don't-
tell the people that Pinky Piglets is the store that you own, but he's a lawyer that you got
Well, I
hired to rip you
I
off?
don't legally own it. It was left to me in order
A
for
jockey, R.I.P.
me. Don't you just? It was cursed to me.
He was testing Jackie to
Oh,
see if he
just-
deserved the store,
Well, when you test
and he
people,
said yes.
when you test people like that, maybe you should question after you do that why you eat up with cancer. I think two have something to do with one another, but that's just my take on it. Pinky Piglets is the name of the store. It's legally not mine. It was, like I said, left, cursed to me. They left it. I didn't want it. I got it. Had to work on, had to figure out what to do. Pinky Piglet's a lawyer friend of mine. He's a good fella. He's not a good Nashville lawyer, but he does pretty good work. And we got a plan, and we're going through the motions. This is how it has to change hands and make some changes before it come back around back to me, and I can do what I want with it. But for now, Pinky Piglet's running, and if he wants to make some changes, so be it. It's his store. He can do it, and I'll work here, and I'll just have to make the changes with it. And I'm an old man. He ain't, he's younger than me. He ain't a young man. What is he, 42? How old is he? How old is Pinky Piglet?
I figure he's older than that.
He may be older than that. He look good for his age.
In
If
his
he's in
50s
50s,
maybe.
He's
He's
in
one-
50. Well, he look good.
I'm not sure. He looks a little like that little bald man from.
Well, he's bald, but he ain't heavy or nothing,
I've seen him with his shirt off. He looks good.
Why? With his shirt off? Where'd you see him with his shirt off?
Washing his car.
Why?
Well, he washes his car every Saturday.
And you go watch him.
You ever just wind up at the same place every week, accidental?
Not accidental. I come to work. I go home. That's it.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
That's weird. No, mostly at times, if I go somewhere same time every day or every week, it's purely on accident.
Well,
But it did get weird, like the fourth or fifth time Saturday in a row, Pinky Piglet out there washing his car in them little shorts, and I'm driving by. And you make
right.
eye contact every time.
I don't care whether none of that matters. I
I don't give a fuck if Pinky Piglet thinks I'm jerking
watch
off
your
watching
mouth.
him lather up
Watch-
his goddamn.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about any of it. He
don't
can think
care.
that. You
It's-
can think it. I don't care. I don't want to hear about him
I don't
washing.
care what anybody thinks. I do what I want. I drive up and down that street.
Shut your mouth.
I hose his damn nipples off
All right, shut your mouth. I'm gonna
with
do
a little tiny nipple hose.
enough.
A hose designed purely for nipples.
Shut your mouth. Well, here,
It's
Pinky.
2017. I can do what I want.
Shut your mouth. And nobody gives a damn. Go do it. Leave me be. You go hose your tiny nipples off or whatever it is you do. I don't care. Go do it. I don't want to hear it.
One time he did go, "You lost?"
Well, here at Pinky Piglets, we've been going through some changes and making some adjustments, and I leave it to the Pinky Piglet and the people he talks to, he's, like I said, a younger man than me. He knows a little more about what young people want.
Not ripping old people off of their stores.
Shut your mouth. He's helping me, and if you don't want to see it that way, you see it however you want. You worry about him wash his car and leave a legal business between me and him. Well, we had this deli in here, Jockeys, and it ain't racist or nothing like that. People put words in my mouth. I just don't like the food. I didn't like it. Don't like a deli food.
It wasn't really classic deli food.
Well, whatever it was, I didn't like it. I just started whether it's classic, old, new, what I don't know. It's not. My mouth did not like it in it. It didn't like any of that food. So we made some changes here, and we did a little cowboy thing. That was nice. And I wore a little cowboy. Children liked it, that sort of thing.
I think you liked it too much, and that's why he wanted to punish you.
Well, it's not punishment. It's just you trying to see what works best, what young people want. Then Pinky Piglet went to go see a movie. After that, went to see King Arthur.
Yep.
Good Lord, he never would. If he ain't washing his car, he's in the movie theater watching that.
That's what his two favorite things.
Well, he watched that over and over. He'd come in every day. He said, "Guess what I did today?" I said, "You go see that damn movie again?" He said, "Yes, sir, I did. Best movie ever made."
King Arthur.
That's what he said he wanted. So then he made it the deli like that. He made it,
Sir Galahad's Lunch Lance and Deli.
Yeah. Whatever the names were. It's changing so much I can't keep up with the names.
And that's when you could get ye old turkey leg, regular or cheese. I just found some notes here. Merlin's Magic Tot Ones.
Oh, yeah, long tots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like the regular, like a long tot.
Well, it would be like tater tots just before you cut them up in the little ones. Just the one.
Is that how they do it? I never watched like that Mark Summers show on the Food Network.
I guess that's what made sense to me when I saw the long tot. I just thought,
That's how they come, and then you fix them.
Well, yeah, you just cut it down the middle, and then
you could get ale, light or dark, which was Coke or Sprite.
It's just Coke or Sprite, either one of those, yeah.
And the Sheriff of Nottingham cake.
Well, that wasn't going on. He said he put a booth up or something. What's that fair that they have?
The Renaissance.
He said
fair.
They may do a booth or something like that later on. He said,
he's going to make you dress up like the jester again?
Well, he said that's what we said. He said, hold on to those outfits I give you. We're not doing this, but don't throw that away. And I said, well, I wouldn't have thrown it away. I'd have given it back to you. He said, well, don't you hold on to it because we may be going up there to do it. It's seasonal or whatever it is. Well, as you can see now, if you come on down here, as you can see upstairs, you were here early, we got something brand new, and he thinks, like I said, he loved the movie King Arthur, but I guess he saw something he liked better than that, surprisingly enough.
Better than King Arthur?
That's what he said. I don't, he can go see whatever movie he wants to. I ain't been to the movie theater I don't know how long.
We should go see King Arthur.
I don't care about that. That don't make it dragons. I don't care anything about it. Don't make westerns anymore.
I used to have that Fisher-Price castle when I was a little kid. And they dropped me off here at the store, and I'd bring that castle in there. I remember one of my earliest memories is that Daddy starting them fires and you saying, "Get that shit out of here."
Well, you had played a little truck or something like that. You had them dancing or riding.
I was putting on a lot of festivals where the court would be entertained by the queen and her dancers.
I just don't think that's what, there's other things you could have been playing that you may turn out a little better than you did.
Or I'd be Dunlap the Bard. I remember playing Bard, running around going, "Forsooth, Jackie."
Well, whatever it was, you had a little funny voice and you was
really?
talking. Yeah, I didn't like it.
I had a little cap with a feather on it, and I tickled Jackie under the nose.
Just,
I'd say, "Forsooth,
I don't,
kind sir."
Never did care for that. I ain't gonna say King. I didn't like it back in.
Tights, I'd wear them tights.
That King Arthur, I don't like this King Arthur. Every time they make it, unless they put King Arthur in the West, then I don't want to see it.
Like damn cowboys and aliens?
No, just Sheriff Arthur or something, not King.
Sheriff
Deputy.
Arthur.
Deputy Arthur or something like that.
That sounds.
Instead of a dumb sword, to give him a gun.
No, that sounds like Dudley Moore.
He still got a horse. He always has a horse.
Well, drunk Dudley Moore in the West on a horse is good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Arthur. Yeah, that I like it. He's drunk as hell.
Is he supposed to be, like, related to King Arthur?
I guess, yeah, because he's rich, like descendant, rich.
Rich.
Yeah, him and King Ralph. Remember, both of them just drunk as hell. Oh, Arthur and King Ralph. See, there's some good movies here. Why couldn't you make a restaurant on one of those movies?
A King Ralph restaurant? What would you serve?
I don't know. Maybe it's more like a bar.
Maybe half of food is fancy and half for slobs.
Well, there you go. That's something, isn't it? That's more. It ain't for me to say.
I'll get a caviar and a damn hot dog.
Well, whatever movies are now, I guess that's what Pinky Piglet likes, and he's in charge, and that's what he wants to do. So he went to go see some. He said, "You thought King Arthur was good, Jackie," and of course I said, "I'm gonna make you go see that." And I'm busy. That's a little past my. I work during the days, and it's a little too late for me, you know.
He didn't like that either.
No, he didn't. He said, well, maybe one day at work, that's what you have to do is go to the movies. But, if you're going to pay me to go to the movies, I guess that, But he said, no, I'd still have to pay. Either way.
So he was going to make you go to the movies, but you were going to have to pay your own way. And
he wanted me to go see
clock out
King Arthur so bad. But anyway, thank goodness that's over. Well, he's just moved on to something else. Now he likes this, what is it, the pirate thing, the boats and stuff? What's his name? The hippiest in it.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Whatever that is. That's what we got here.
What is it? It's Pirates of the Caribbean. What's this? There's a subtitle to it. It's
I don't know.
Is it Dead Men Can't Talk? Dead Men Tell No Tales? Something like that. I saw it on a marquee. I drove by. It was like POTC. Dead Men Tell No Tales or whatever. POTC : subtitle. I was like, I think the pirates is what you ought to lead with, because nobody knows what the fuck dead men.
Well, you just watch your mouth. You just put what's his name's face on it, and everybody, one of those. Right. That's all it is.
Again?
Yeah.
That's what they say when they drive by. Really? That's still happening?
Well, Pinky Piglet's glad to do it. Back in the day, you always used to make pirate movies. Errol Flynn and whatnot. I remember those.
You think Robin Hood is a damn pirate?
Well, he is a pirate, just not in the water.
That's the main pirate part.
He's a pirate in the woods. It's the same thing. You got a hat kind of like it, but not different.
With the feather, too, like in my olden days.
The only thing he'd miss, he didn't have a parrot or anything like that. But other than that, he was a pirate in the woods. Anyway, back in they got
everything you want is like pirate in the woods or damn King Arthur on a horse.
Well, I didn't
a Western horse.
I didn't make it pirate in the woods. They made that. Nobody yet had made Sheriff Deputy Arthur put him in the West yet.
Would he pull his gun out of a rock?
What? You get rid of all that mess. Nobody cares about any of that stuff. He's just a regular sheriff deputy or something.
What is there like a hole?
Rustler. He stops the rustlers or whatever.
Is there a hole where the cows drink out of water and a woman's hand comes out?
No, we take all that out. I don't want any of that.
Well, then what's left?
A Western, which is what I wanted to begin with.
It's just a Western with a cowboy named Arthur.
All right, so that's fine. I'll take
it. It doesn't sound bad, but
I'd watch that over whatever it is Pinky Piglet loves so much.
Actually, that's a good title, A Cowboy Named Arthur.
Yeah. Well, now you can look around here and you can tell by the hat I had on earlier. I don't have to wear it in here. He loves this pirate thing. He thinks it's the best. And it's new little, if you like some seafood, which I'm learning how to make some things I didn't know how to make beforehand, but I know how to fry fish. I like fish, fried shrimp. I like Long John Silver's, everybody does. And it's not quite that, but it's sort of like that. But come on down here, and I'll serve you up. I got a lot of good seafood here at Captain Jack's Fish Racetrack. here at Pecky Piggles.
Wait, what?
Captain Jack's Fish Racetrack.
Are you Captain Jack?
Well, when I'm behind the counter, I'd got an answer to it, but I ain't. I mean, you know.
You don't like it when people call you Jack.
Well, my name's Jackie. That ain't my name. If there's a title, a work title, is Captain Jack. That's not a name. It's a different thing.
Can I ask about the racetrack part?
Well, you can ask about it as much as you want. Yeah, I don't
Why
care.
is there a racetrack part?
He likes something, movie he ain't seen yet, but he likes a lot. He thinks it's going to be good. He likes him talking cars, whatever it is.
Cars 3.
Well, whatever number it is Pirates, 6 and Cars 3. Right?
Cars 3 looks dark. I think it's about a home invasion.
Well, whatever. He could have just as easily just named it Cars 3, whatever, Pirate 8, whatever. Captain Jack's Fish Racetrack is taking 2 of most beloved, whatever, blah, blah, blah here.
Oh, is that why you dressed up like but you also have the checkered flag?
Well, if you got the checkered flag in the hand and I have to wear the pirate thing on the head up there. But come on down here, we got some delicious thing. Come on down here and get you some pit stop shrimp. Delicious. Get you a little clam car or 2.
Wait, what?
Clam car? It's just oyster clams, you know.
Did they ride around in a car?
No, they don't ride around. They put little wheels on the bottom of the seat. Gives you a clam car. Come on down and get you a
Wait, hold on.
What? Oh, there he goes.
You hear that siren?
Yep. Going the other way this time, though.
Yeah, because now Jockeys is different location.
It's on the other side of it.
Which is what Pinky... I can't.
What?
I mean, at some point we can't go just
What?
episodes back.
Episodes?
Of continuity.
What is it?
I mean, if people don't know that this used to be Jockeys and that you used to own a store, I mean, it's too late.
I ain't gonna sit around.
What episode number is this? 245?
Something like that. Hell, I don't know.
What, we 5 away from 250?
Something like that.
When we always said we were going to quit?
Well, yeah, I always said definitely 250. Well, we talked about one time, said it's going to be 100, and after that,
but
said, well,
we mainly meant
we'll do 150 more. Yeah. If a mood strikes us, but 250, that's it. We got 5 more of these, and we'll
4.
see.
I'm not sure what number this is.
Hopefully, there'll be a coup or something like that between now and then.
Oh, that'd be great. Go out on the damn coup.
Somebody let Trump know he got 5 more of these before he has to leave White House.
He'd probably be like, thank fuck.
Hey. Say it.
I cannot wait to go back. What would he do? What would you do after you've been president and think you were the greatest president, but really you were the worst, and you're rich?
What does it matter what it does? Who they did?
And you're 70. I mean, I would just go lay in my fancy rich bed. I'd pay people to dance for me, and I'd have a chute rigged up to the closest McDonald's. And I'd press a button, and they'd have, like, my Apple Pay. And every time I press a button, they just shoot something in that tube at me. And I'd open my mouth, and I'd take a bite at it. And let the rest fall on the damn floor and let the maid clean it up.
Well, if that's what Trump wants, somebody build it for him now. Get him out of there. Well, come on down to Captain Jack's Fish Racetrack, pit stop shrimp, clam cars, crab axles, lug nut lobster nuggets, hush horsepower puppies.
What?
Hush horsepower puppies.
Hush horse and power puppies?
And wash it all down with some delicious pirate punch or parrot punch.
What?
Pirate punch or parrot punch.
You saying the same thing?
No, one's a pirate, one's a parrot. The
Same
bird,
thing.
parrot sit on the parrot sits on pirate's shoulder. Parrot, bird.
What's the difference?
Yeah, one of them's Dr. Pepper, one of them 7-Up.
That sounds like the same thing as a light and dark ale.
Well, no, that was Sprite and Pepsi, Sprite and Coke. Well,
what's a hush horse?
It's just, you know.
What's a power
It's
puppy?
just a hush puppy. It's give funny little names like you give a funny little name to the...
Hush horse power puppy. Sounds like 2 good cartoons on Sundays in 1974.
Cartoon. Well, I'm Captain...
Hush horse.
I'm Captain Jack. I got to say this at the end of every one of these. I'm Captain Jack, and this is my fish racetrack. Come on down. What? Don't sit there and mock me. Well, I got to do this. It's a
Wait,
job.
you forgot flywheel flounder.
Oh, yeah. That's on the flywheel flounder. That's fish. Yeah. It's all just fried fish in a different thing.
You get them little crunchies
Crunchies.
like Captain D's or damn Long John Silver's?
That's like, no, they ain't got that. If you get lobster nuggets, I got some of that in it, but that not the other stuff. It's seafood. You fry. You just know how to fry a certain thing. It's what it is. But come on down.
Sorry.
I'm Captain Jackson. This is my fish racetrack. Come on down here and take a spin on the speedway and eat some delicious seafood. Captain Jack's Fish Racetrack. I'll see you here. I'll be the one waving the checkered flag.
He didn't make you go R or nothing?
Huh?
Who would win in a fight, King Arthur or Captain Jack Sparrow?
I don't. Both of them talk in funny accents or something. I don't. Both seem
Sound
silly.
like Trump.
Well, they both seem silly to me. They're white. I don't know about the pie. I don't know what color he is, but
I think he's Cherokee.
Well, Cherokee.
Remember he played Tonto.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that's how he got that part.
Yep.
I didn't know
100% Cherokee.
I didn't know it.
Yep.
Well, he don't talk in Cherokee accent when he's a pirate.
What is the Cherokee accent?
I Indian talk. I'm not gonna do it
Wow.
on here. You liable to get mad at me saying
Trump. He set the stage. This is Trump's doing. Turn this podcast into a hate-filled.
It's Native American talking, whatever it is. He speaks Cherokee if he's a Cherokee.
Well,
if
thanks for your sponsor update, Richard Spencer. And I've got a sponsor I think you're really going to enjoy this week. Jackie, you know what time of the year it is?
It's sometimes coming
Summertime,
up.
summertime, summertime.
Summertime, yeah.
Beach Boys?
No, I never like it.
You don't like any of the Beach Boys? What about Sloop John B?
I didn't grow up on no beach or something. You used to go to Florida every now and then. You maybe heard a little of it then, but if I'm living here, I don't want to hear songs about I'm in the ocean, whatever, I'm on the beach, whatever that did.
Hank Williams Jr., they're bringing him back from Monday Night Football.
Well, good. Give him something to do.
Hank Williams Jr. I picture him and Donald Trump doing the same thing during their awake hours, just sitting there watching Fox News and getting mad. Except Hank Jr. doesn't tweet as much.
Yeah, he knows better than that.
He
probably goes to it and starts to. I better think better of that.
Hell no. He's got people around him who say, "Hey, Bo Cephas." Yeah, he's easy to fool. They're like, "Hey, Bo Cephas, why don't you, take this bow and go outside and shoot an arrow and give me that phone." All right. "Hey, Bo Cephas, why don't you go fire up the grill and give me that phone?" "Whatever you say."
Both those suggestions sound better to me. Doing either one of those is better than having one of those little things going off in your hand.
I would not give a bow and arrow to Donald Trump.
Well, hell no.
Or a grill.
If he got to light it, no.
He'd pick a charcoal briquette up and go, "Bringing back coal jobs.
That man ain't ever cooked a meal on his own in his life.
Keeping your grills filled."
He wouldn't know how to work a grill.
The closest he's come to cooking a meal is putting mustard on Kentucky Fried Chicken. And he made a maid open the pack with her teeth.
Probably, yeah.
Folks, it's summertime. Oh, God, fuck.
Hey!
Wipe
Watch your mouth.
the sweat off your brow. It's hot as hell. Shit. What am I going to do with these kids? They're out of school. I can't take another minute here, and they don't know a thing about Jesus.
Huh?
Well, how many birds would you like to kill with one stone?
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Folks, it is time for VDS, Vacation Dunlap School.
What?
Bring your kids on down here
Oh, hell.
to my grandmother's basement and drop them off and give me $20. And I have a great fun-filled religious program planned for them all week long. And listen, you think I didn't go to the store and buy some cheap-ass cookies and some Kool-Aid? Store brand? I did. And we're going to have that at the end. If they're good, they'll get that. And if they ain't good, when you show up to pick their little rotten asses up and take them home to live in the lap of spoiled luxury, I'm going to let you know that they're little motherfuckers.
Hey, watch your mouth. Ain't nobody in the right mind gonna drop any child anywhere near you.
Well, I'm zoned for it to watch up to 73 children.
What?
It's easy to get zoned.
Zoned?
I'm zoned for Vacation Dunlap School, and if you I'll get your kids zoned if you bring them down here and give me $20, folks.
It's just got something to do with Betsy DeVos or whatever her name is.
Well, I would love her approval, her stamp of approval. If I could get Betsy DeVos to tweet this out, that Vacation Dunlap School, I think I would be. I don't know who she's talking to about how to plan for our children's future, but it sounds like what she wants is pretty much just hands off. But you still need to send like a weekly reader or something around to houses. So I think what her plan is everybody just keep your kids at home. It's like a snow day, except you're responsible for getting them into college. Because our nation's parenting skills are tip-top. Our nation's parents are asking for a little more responsibility. Our nation's parents are saying, I think I've got this parenting thing down. I'd like to spread my wings into the education arena. So what I'd do is I'd design a program. She'd pay me $20 per American child. And I'll even get like a stamps.com thing. I'll get a scale, put the postage on myself. But here's the kind of program I would love to indoctrinate America's youth into. On Monday, here in Vacation Dunlap School, we got yard mowing class.
Yard mowing class?
Yeah, we're just going to mow some yards that I've contracted out to have small children take care of.
No, you can't. Oh.
And, well, they're learning about botany and being hot. And they're learning about suntan lotion, how important that is. And they're learning how many yards they can fucking turn out.
Hey, watch your mouth. You better not be talking right that way around children. You talking that way and tell people to pay you to take your children to work.
This is, I'm talking to adults. When I'm talking to kids, it's more like, Brittany, sweep up them clippings. Sweep up them clippings. Brittany, goddamn it.
Hey.
Well, that was a slip up because I got mad. Tuesday's creepy crawling.
What?
Learn a little about history, about the 60s, about how drugs are bad. To stay away from cults, to rearrange furniture, to scare people. Because people are at work. Here's something I learned when I was a kid. Vacation Bible school hours are also adult working hours, unless you're weird and like work at a hospital or a plant, third shift. So you can rearrange a lot of furniture when you're supposed to be learning about Nicodemus. Bartending is Wednesdays.
Bartending?
I try every drink they make. And if it ain't up to snuff, I don't go easy on them. I throw it in their little faces and say, you get back behind that bar and fix me a proper Mai Tai. Face slapping, just a fun game.
Face slapping?
Slap each other's faces.
All right.
Go to stores, slap adults' faces. Run.
No.
Exercise. And Friday is ruining Denise's boyfriend's life.
Oh,
We sort of combine a lot of these activities. Me and Denise are cool, but her boyfriend is an asshole.
just leave him
And
be.
he deserves everything I can get these children to do to him.
Just leave them be. It ain't none of your business anymore. They ain't got nothing to do.
So, Betsy DeVos, parents of Murfreesboro and Smyrna, Laverne area, bring your kids down here. We're going to pack them in this room. I'm going to teach them a lot about life. I'm going to spend the time with them that you're too busy looking for coal jobs to do. If you're worried that when you abandon your children during the summers with, say, drunk grandmothers, why not abandon them down here with drunk me? $20 a day. That's a day. And if things go good, I may do a week too. If Denise's boyfriend ain't learned his lesson.
Just shut your mouth.
So that's Vacation Dunlap School, folks. There's money to be made. Oh, and and we'll read the Bible. I forgot about that part. There's some Jesus in here too. We're going to read the Bible. First thing before they get tired and hot and sunburned and drunk. Before I get drunk.
Drunk?
I will not let them. Do you know what a waste it is for kids to drink up all your booze? It's a health hazard. It's illegal, probably. And booze is expensive. If I wanted to give my booze away to kids, I wouldn't need this $20 a day. Vacation Dunlap School. Come on down. Register online at Just Google it. I don't remember the address. It was something weird. I couldn't get what I wanted.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send. If a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Hell, every time we gone for a week, I guess we make up for it. And the next one we do, it's a damn hour and a half. I gotta go up there and put the little wheels on the clamps. I don't have but an hour down here. Pinky Pingless, he gonna give me holy hell for it.
Can you eat the wheels?
They're like little olive things, yeah, something like
Oh.
that. Little cheese olive things or whatever. I don't know.
It sounds pretty good. I didn't know it was cheese olives.
I don't like oysters, clams. I never did like it. It's like something like putting boogers or something in your mouth. As far as I like salt boogers or something you put in the water. I wouldn't eat one. I never did like it.